Innovation practice, probably I would give an example of the movement which was supported also by many initiatives of this movement were supported by the Friedrich-Naumann Foundation. This movement, civic society movement, is called Liberate Crimea. So activists from all over the world who were not indifferent to the problem of occupation of Crimea decided to establish a movement, the aim of which is the deoccupation of Crimea, Crimean Peninsula, and solidarity with the Crimea and Crimean Tatar people. Within this movement, actually, we launched several initiatives. The first one is the traveling of the Crimean Tatar flag. A huge flag of the Crimean Tatar people traveled through 28 countries, visited 4 continents, and a lot of people trying to unite, people not only of Crimean Tatar origin, but also representatives of different nationalities, people who were not indifferent again to the problem of occupation of Crimea around this problem. And thus people of different nationalities could show their support, their solidarity to the Crimean Tatar people. The next program, the next initiative that was launched within this movement was an initiative which is called Candidate Tell Who Does Crimea Belong To? We launched this campaign on the eve of presidential elections when we asked the candidates to the president of Ukraine who does Crimea belong to. As we noticed, there was no topic of Crimea in their programs, election programs. That's why we were often asked the candidates to explain, to tell his just ideas, his vision as for deoccupation and further reintegration of Crimea. The same campaign was launched when we had elections to the parliament, and the same questions were popped to the prospective deputies, MPs of Ukrainian parliament. It was a success because we provided black marks to those candidates who just rejected, neglected the topic of Crimea. And the third one, the third campaign was launched when we had elections to the European Parliament, when the European parliamentaries were also popped this question as for the Crimea, just highlighting their foreign policy. And thanks God, some of them responded, reacted, and it means that the campaign was a success. Another thing that was also very important, with the support of the Friedrich-Naumann Foundation, we managed to hold and organize, to host here in Kyiv a very huge forum dedicated also to the Day of the Crimean Tatar flag, and we invited activists of the movement from all over the world, to be more exact, from 28 countries and 4 continents, who arrived and participated in a number of events, forum, and then there was a kind of a meeting when the activists on the main street in Kyiv, on Krichatzik, and on the main square, and the activists of this movement read a manifest which became international and very productive. I think we should think about various non-violent movements, non-violent methods and liberal values. We should try to implement them as more as possible and try to involve them into a number of projects, the more the better. And only just uniting efforts, hearing different positive experience, different positive practices and implementing them in our project would just foster these and will be able to innovate more freedom in our activities.